Pierre, I can't. I can't take the suit. You will need it too. I don't feel right. Stay with me. No, leave them alone. Looks like scientific documents, but I can't decipher what's written. This nightmare again. Damn. When dust settles on your sport trophies, it doesn't mean you are getting younger. Pierre's tape collection. Insomnia will be a nice excuse to put it in order. Might even find some of the music he made for me. I could use the comforting. I miss listening to Pierre. He always used crazy effects on his guitar. Where are you going, Elise? I can't leave without my tape player. Nothing. You come with me, my friend. It would get lonely without you. My life turned into an item. Round and round we go, stuck at the same track. It's so dusty here. I could use a vacuum to clean the vacuum. I could use a good shower, when this feeling of being observed will stop. Pierre's special mess room. I can't believe one can own so many trinkets. I remember he got stuck once when the electricity shut down in the city. It's good to keep. Dear toothpaste, you are breathtaking. Maybe later. Completely locked. Oh, forgot I found. Apparently they installed a second. The extra current could help me out in my search for the other inhabitants. Let's check it out today. Need to grab my things first. At least I know I can always find the things I leave in here. I forgot it was here. Well, now I can clean the first one. Since the day of the attack, I stopped counting. Not sure. I am a living experiment on sugar. Another undeniable friend. It would be easy to get lost without it. After each storm, free heating. Completely locked. If I get you back, I'll let you have the remote. I promise. I left my gun in the shanty yesterday. Time to get it back. The former owner had to do a lot of tinkering to screw up such a mess. Can't open without more stable electricity. Nothing interesting in this old garage anyway. With all these storms, the previous tenant didn't know what to do with all the wood coming out of fallen trees. Without you, I wouldn't stand a second out there. Last time was very close. I need to keep up with my training. To go. And the last one. Now, let's warm up for some dodging. Okay, I'm ready. Now! Better be faster. That hurt. Now, rappel training. Next time, you will think twice about getting in my safe space. I'm glad this thing recharges during the night. Training's over. Getting out there seems a little bit less scary now.
Tu m'avais manqué. Mange un grand bol de spécial crabs avant et après être lavé les dents.
I love the... Too bad this is now linked to where my nightmare started. The access is condemned at the top. I better be home before the night. Thomas Levins, fixing pipe. When things get back to normal, you'll have plenty to do, my friend. Completely locked. You again! Learn your lesson. At the edge of this cliff, it was given by its owner, still inhabited. The building is regularly open for heritage events. In a different scenario, I would have stayed. You have to admit, the view is quite nice.
T'es mal, style. Trop ouf.
Attention, following the latest storms, certain trees marked with an orange cross these can fall due to the slightest gust of wind. The lighthouse! I'm getting closer. When you care for plants, time flies. I wish it was that simple. This door can be unlocked from the other side. I wish I knew how to care for such beauties. This door has no handle. Apparently someone was moving when everything stopped. Completely locked. The village really isn't investing in its infrastructure, and storms make it even more problematic. This tree was marked to be felled. It could make a nice bridge. It's hurt, but that won't be enough. A storm could help. It doesn't seem to have awakened them. Silicide phosphorus. Recognizable by its with its lightning growth capacity, it is able to grow. Interesting. Maybe I should gather some of these. Hope the police will not catch me with these shrooms. This road seems to lead to the White Manor. This door can be unlocked from the other side. I can still picture the fishermen landing their daily catch of crabs and fish. Le Scale, Sailor's Aperitif. Available in all groceries. I hate this drink. Ugh, too bad I don't have change for these tourist traps. This buoy clearly a small, isolated fishing village, a usually calm place where the haunting sound of the waves punctuates your day. Happy to see some boats were spared by these mad cultists. This door requires electricity. Someone stole the circuit breaker. It's like someone just came for this incredible spectacle, but these things were not here before the attack. Access to the top of the lighthouse is condemned. Apparently, multiple people were working here. Le Kren, why did you have to be so grim? Because of recent events, a lot of circuit breakers were stolen. While we wait to receive more, we keep the last one inside the... In the meantime, don't hesitate to use the same one on different gates. A bit unexpected for a lighthouse. These cables go all the way to the ceiling. This is where the electricity... The turbine shouldn't be too far. Looks like a lot of security for simple maintenance equipment. This is a complete... It's like they pushed everything to the side to make room for something else. It automatically locked the doors behind me. The valve is missing here. This panel seems to... Only the first one appears to be working correctly. Local police apparently suspect the cult has started... It is indeed curious. Their last ritual site is located near the lighthouse, at the Point des Mâts. Might be worth checking out. Someone left a note for Franck is so fed up that we keep forgetting his birthday that he has set the day and the month as the padlock code. Can someone change that back to the inauguration date? So, what is your code, Frank? System? That's probably where the town's additional current is monitored. It's a bit much for just a common lighthouse. I can probably restart the system from here once the pressure is fixed. So, they had to make... They do not seem to... Good thing nobody can find them here. It's completely dark in here.
Yu-Gi-Oh! This van is locked good. You are facing the lighthouse named Le Crane. The lighthouse was built in 1835, a veritable directional beacon for the... It is only in 1988 that Le Crane was put in service again, welcoming a hydraulic generator that supplies the village. Alright, so now I need to fix these colored cables in the right order.
Breaking these chains will require a stronger force. From the depth of the sea, his anger spreads. This sounds terrifying. Wondering what's that thing they mention all the time. Despite the mess the protesters left behind, they love leaving these tape boxes for their propaganda. Listen to us. Maybe I should listen to it.
Dear people of Saint-Exil, this message is for you. I know our local authorities have been breaking their backs, picturing us as fools. Do not listen to this nonsense. Our actions are dedicated to all of you. Once the day comes, those who denied
Only one destination for you? My bag.
finally see the truth with their eyes. The distant shall all be remembered. You are all invited to our next ceremony.
This is one of the places of contemplation in St. Exil. It was vandalized just before everything went down.
Friday, join us in the writing of birthdays on the departed boat. Let's put the world to rights. It's the only way now.
Damien, the 28th of June, 1971. This one looks like it came back from a long trip. Celine, the 30th of December, 1966. Franck, the 19th of March, 1967. watchtower schedule and system monitoring. The entire workforce is listed on the board. Could anyone pick up Frank's shifts for the upcoming weeks? Work better with that on. Documents on this desk look much more confidential than the previous ones. This place appears to be a government cell dedicated to recording underwater sound activity off the village. And this has been going on for a while. But I don't see what they're trying to find. They appear to be studying something at the bottom of the sea that is moving at precise coordinates. On April 17th, 1991, they recorded a signal which they define as organic. The signal was recorded on a cassette to be sent urgently to the DGSE because this would jeopardize the military security of the country. But one of the lighthouse maintenance staff apparently stole the tape. They quickly managed to identify him and where he lives. Wait, this is my house. Now that the town's current is better, I can access the house's attic again. I thought it was locked. I love that music. My lava lamp. Pierre probably hid it here, out of reach. Can't believe poor guy never understood anything about home decor. Let's put on some music. Nothing. Honey, I finally finished my... And I've got a challenge for you. You will win something I'm sure will bring back good memories. Pierre. This suit. I was in the attic. I remember wearing it, but... we just had one. Full repaint. I know you, but we are going to need to have a discussion about it. Calmly. I almost never set foot in here. There's gotta be... Wow, a projector. What is it doing down here? Nothing. What? What is that? I can't believe all this was under the house. What was he doing here? Let's shed some light on this.
If you're listening to this, you are probably the person sent by the office to continue my investigation. Well, At least I hope. My name is Matthew Banks, and I started this work about a year ago. As stated in my previous reports, I infiltrated the lighthouse last month, but they just found out that a tape was missing, and I think they're on to me now. I used to borrow tapes during the night, but this time they noticed before I could bring them back. I didn't have time to use the new filtering machine, but I left the tape inside it. I hope it's safe there with you. Since I have to leave, I prepared the way for you, and I have regrouped all of my ongoing work onto 3 different boards, each including a guiding tape. The first one gathers my studies on the audio signal coming from the oceanic floor, which was the reason our interest was piqued by St. Exel in the first place. The second board will give you more details on the local cult, whose believers call themselves the Devoted. The third board is about Operation White Medusa, which is probably why you're here now. We are now definitely forced to recognize that the village of St. Exel is the center of great political and scientific interest, as we first suspected. I hate to leave like this, but I'm afraid my time has come. During the last 2 weeks, the lighthouse had trouble acquiring new information from ashore. Apparently, some kind of technology has been jamming their signal. Is there some kind of expert trying to hack the operation? I'll leave it to you to find out.
Passports? Money from different countries? This man was not your usual anybody. Oh. And there's also boat tickets to leave for Plymouth, England. He was planning on leaving. Just wasn't sure when. What is this folder? Your next objective. I'll study that during the night. A bit of reading always helps.
In 1977, an ultra-low frequency sound was picked up by scientists south of the Atlantic Ocean. But no one succeeded in identifying the structural composition of this acoustic phenomenon, and many theories were put forward. Spy submarine, human aeronautical activities on the surface, or even tests of explosives resonating through the abyss. The case remained closed for 2 years, until a second sound was recorded 2,000 kilometers from Namibia. This time, the subject worried specialists. The position of the 2 recordings suggests the movement of something. In 1984, the sound was picked up again, several times around the Bermuda Triangle. Governments in many countries decided to classify all information about this issue as confidential, and the general public was kept away. While tracking other countries' progress, our secret services discovered in '86 that the French government was particularly interested in the matter, and that they put in motion a special program called Rorqual, a scientific project mainly dedicated to the understanding of unknown oceanic noises. We then decided in 1987, based on what we found in the village of St. Exel, and considering that this last signal was recorded off the coast of French Brittany, that it made perfect sense for me to start our investigation here. During my time, I discovered a platform for listening and monitoring seismic activities at the heart of the lighthouse. Only recently, and thanks to an information trading deal I made with the cult, I got myself recruited there as a maintenance agent. It allowed me to find that the lighthouse crew is, in fact, following the movement of an object which turns out to be a French military submarine. So was it only a submarine that we tracked from the beginning? But its movements are inconsistent. How did it produce this noise that we regularly pick up? I copied a lot of tapes and left them inside the hideout, but they're all still encrypted. I was hoping to get more information from it, but I spotted a car in front of the house tonight, and it's clearer than ever now that my time to leave has come. In 1977, an ultra-low frequency sound was picked up by scientists south of the Atlantic Ocean. But no one succeeded. Infiltrating the cell in the heart of the lighthouse made me realize that the French government is very concerned about the development of the situation here in St. Exil. The development of the sect, as well as the growing anomalies observed in the population and nature, are monitored in a sustained manner. They came to realize that if they do not act, this situation will eventually draw the attention of the entire country to St. Exil. I had, in my hands, documents detailing an operation called White Medusa, the purpose of which was to methodically isolate and capture everybody in the village. Do they think that the people here are all sick or contaminated with something? Or do they mean to sweep this affair under the rug? They seem to foresee two possible scenarios for carrying out Operation White Medusa. As if by coincidence, there are incidentally two events which attract almost all the population in the same place. The village festival, which takes place during a whole weekend, or a fair organized by the village school. I was able to reconstruct on the map the assaults considered in each of these possible scenarios. A large number of troops will be deployed, and they can easily prevent anyone from escaping by blocking the main accesses and roads. They will proceed using heavy trucks and toxic gas to control and direct the crowd toward them. The inhabitants of St. Exil have a Damocles sword over their head, but they don't know of its existence, nor when it will fall. In many areas, the life in St. Exil has deteriorated sharply in recent years. Local studies tend to show that nature has adopted an abnormal behavior. Some species started proliferating more than before, while others suffered the opposite effect. Some animals became aggressive towards humans, and some bird species completely migrated and left the region for good. We've also seen a lot of upheaval in the behavior of inhabitants of the village and their health. Ultimately, it led to many people leaving, which left only the ones who didn't have a choice. A real change is taking place, and no one seems to understand where it's coming from. Additionally, these extraordinary happenings have been rumored in the region, which isn't improving the situation. The village has become a place of attraction for people bathed in pseudosciences, esoteric and the occult, to say the least. They now see this place as a central home to their mythology. One movement eventually took over the others and established itself as the popular cult, the Devoted. They managed to obtain this importance by being omnipresent in their protests. They vandalized sites in large areas surrounding the village, which made the local press very keen on showcasing them, and ultimately helped a great deal in converting more people to their cause. According to my research, it is governed by a certain Aurore K. I couldn't find a lot of information regarding her, but managed to steal some pictures by following her after a public meeting with the population. She built her movement on the belief in the existence of an abysmal entity which would sow its harmful influence over the region and towards the inhabitants of St. Exil. To calm this underwater entity, they tirelessly seek the culprits for this curse. They unearth and send ashore on deteriorating ships coffins containing the bodies of people who have always lived here. If the boat returns and runs aground on the coast, the person and their family are pardoned. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like they've shifted into high gear by sending people who are still alive to sea. These are just rumors, and people who go missing may have simply decided to leave the area. They never communicated their plans with me regarding the future of their protest, and I'm not sure where they'll meet yet. My theory is that they'll probably regroup either near the White Manor or the local church.
A submarine? In danger? What was the lighthouse doing? Wait, isn't it exactly the same gem I have attached on my bracelet? Where did he find it? He was apparently willing to ship it to be analyzed? It's probably dry now. His voice still echoes in my head. I need to know more. Let's find that antenna on the village beach. This tape recorder is helpful during late nights. Don't judge me, Pierre. It's my only way to hear a human voice now.
Tu es mon seul ami.
Completely locked. I finished reading the documents Matthew Banks had left for his replacement, who never came. Matthew apparently needed to join the lighthouse maintenance team to gain access to the Rorqual cell. To achieve this, he was forced to make a deal. The sect could help him get hired quickly, but in exchange, Matthew would have to pass on the information obtained once there. He didn't know why the cult was interested in all this, but he needed them, so he agreed in order to continue his investigation. Matthew knew that the Rorqual cell used a specific radio frequency to communicate with the outside. Just before his departure, he discovered that the cell could no longer connect to this very frequency. The radio worked well, but the signal of this wave was scrambled, which prevented completely locked to transmissions. It looked like sabotage, but who was behind it all? A member of the lighthouse team? Another spy? Only one thing was clear to him. If someone had wanted to disturb the signal, he would have gone through the big antenna of St. Exel. I have already spotted it in the past. It is on the quays towards the beach. I just have to go there. I loved that statue. Well, before the cult vandalized it. Left, right, straight ahead, l'écran. Ahead, Boisseau's Park and the beach. Left, St. Exel's Church. I can still smell the perfume of stamps and papers, but no one will come to pick up the mail tonight. It won't open from this side. Ahead, Boisseau's Park and the beach. Left, St. Exel's Church. The closed cover is moving, but not enough so I can see. If only there was a gust of wind. I have to wait a bit for the gym to recharge. I have to wait a bit for the gym to recharge. Long time no see. Boisseau's ahead. The beach and Assumption's Church. Right, viewpoint. I am the repairman in charge of fixing this gate. I've found a way to... I've linked it to one of the small wind generators. Only issue is that while I was fixing it, One of those freaking birds stole the key from my van. If you find them, please bring them to my office. Beach access and renovation. Park mausoleums were not... They are a real scourge for this village. Only one destination for you. My bag. Nothing. I could not finish fixing this fence because the damn bird stole my van's key. I've been trying to get them back. If you manage to get my keys back, please call me at the number written on my truck, Mr. Levins. I'm going to need something to break those. I feel that the wind turbine is going to need a little help from me to launch. Let's take a walk, just you and me. Amongst birds living in the park, you will find the Corvus picatrix. I know you little They keep their precious loot inside their beak. To prevent such situations, scarecrows were installed by local farmers.
That will teach you to look at me sideways.
I don't think I can get used to it.
Take that!
Minus Birdie should feel free to leave its nest now. Now I need to attract it. Birdie, it's between you and me now. Sweet! It was enough to start the turbine. I have to wait a bit for the gym to recharge.
Tu m'aimes, moi je t'aime.
left its nest! Now that the scarecrows are gone, I need something to attract it. Now that the scarecrows are gone, I need something to attract it. There! We told you stealing was bad. Now, I only need to find the truck.
Solve this puzzle and win a coin to use in George's workshop. We often forget the path that brings us back to the finish, to the beginning, to the start. Yes, to the start.
I'm done with you. Completely locked. Probably not an organized person. Excellent.
Hello, Mr. Levant. I'm calling you because I have, again, a problem with the digital code that you installed last year. As I can't see very well at night, I asked you to make each key sound different. But for a few days when I entered the code you gave me, 2 keys no longer make noise. Listen! Could you contact me when you get my message? This is becoming a real problem for me.
Stay on the floor. The beach. Here we go. I think I found the antenna. Nothing.
Perfect. The keys were a place of the particularly intense fishing that supplied the region. Following the drop in activity, it is always possible at low tide to find fishing traps with shellfish in them. An anti-cult movement sticker. I'll speak out against you. This sect seems to have been terrorizing the people of St. Exel for too long. This bridge needs a lever to unlock it. This trap doesn't look the same, but this one's empty. How shellfish of you. This gas pump is probably afraid of no boat anymore, are you? You are the one I'm looking for. Daily menu. Mackerel and fisherman's menu. Sounds better than it tastes. No storm will be able to bring down such an antenna. Not too professionally closed. The way I like them. What happens if I remove this circuit breaker? Snow? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's no way in hell. I'll turn into an ice block if I stay like that. I need to get warmer clothes at the house. Fast.
Voilà.
Let me guess. You want me to serve you a refreshing perfection. Is that it? I am a living experiment on sugar. A note from the local... Obviously, they spent their time stealing the shellfish from traps. There is a lot of other information that could be useful to me. I'll write that down. When the new owner bought the restaurant, they decided to keep the moonstone furniture. This stone is very sensitive to light and shines brightly when exposed to daylight. They left a message for me? I'm going to be curious.
Honey, it's me. I did something stupid. Again. I dropped the...
If only the kitchen lived up to the view. Pierre, I would give anything to have these moments with him now.
restaurant in the gutter in front of the post office. And I can't get it back. I know you have a lot of work with the ending exhibition.
We all had outwardly. Well, this restaurant wasn't one of them. The food there was atrocious.
Open to artisan with the double? I don't understand why so many people are attracted by a stupid secretary that unlocks with the help of light. Our superb cooking skills should be enough for them. In any case, before they start their work, don't forget to store our most important items in this secretary. We'll just have to remember to put them away before reopening the exhibition. And most importantly, don't forget to put inside what the Doro gave us to access their garden. Sorry to be your super mega burden. Love ya.
Completely locked. I am gonna need a key for this one.
Bugas!
That's what was making all the noise upstairs. Why is this furniture moving by itself? Am I going crazy? I can feel the humidity on this floor. Explains the closure for renovation of the restaurant. Luckily, some light seeps through these boards, so I can see something. This secretary has a full moonstone connected to its lock mechanism. This piece of furniture is only keeping your precious possessions safe from thieves at night. Damn you, George. light has touched the secretaire. It's probably unlocked now. Dear Rose house key. That's a big one. Probably a gate or something nearby.
Ne m'oublie pas.
I am gonna need a key for this one. Completely locked. It's like we instantly changed the season, but not for the better. I really need to get back home. I really need to get back home. Damn, I can't use the door because of the snow. I've never seen St. Exel under this amount of snow. Find the positives, Elise. That's good. I left my clothes in one of the cabinets in the hall. I believe we moved. The worst part is, we most likely have doubles. I knew I had you somewhere. Who cares? Snow and rain? Not a good mix. Snow and rain? Not a good mix. That circuit breaker inside the antenna. The cult was stealing them. They probably had tons of them. I'm sure it was what was blocking the submarine's communication. The sect seems to know more than what Matthew imagined. He thought the devotees met at the Assumption Church. I will try my luck there. I'm gonna need you. This tablecloth. It makes me think of breakfast. I swear I've eaten on the same one. When it happens. Double bad luck for you. The other manhole is open. I'm going to push that plank. I hate it when it happens. Double bad luck for you. The other manhole. I'm going to push that plank. Ingeniosity is the key. This bridge could do with a nudge. It won't open from this side.
You'll figure this one out easily, I hope. It would be funny if this table said interesting things at times, wouldn't it? Yet so close. Behind all great puzzles lies an even greater man. I can picture you already rushing towards a solution which may not be correct. is an even greater man. Let's meet in my very own George workshop to collect your prize. Well, if you can solve this.
No puzzle can resist me. Warning, floating pontoon follows the movement of the tide. This portal only works when the tide is low. You are in front of the ingenious fisherman. The gate is now only used to close at the press of a button. Access to the walkway leading to this gate has the particularity of being self-powered and only works on low tide. Now that I have the key, I will finally find out what is hiding behind this restaurant. These docks look different. This side must be less frequented by tourists. The sect has already been. They were really harassing people wherever they were. They didn't forget to leave their little gifts everywhere.
Residents of Saint-Exile, I observe you, and I see great suffering in you. You are deeply sad, and yet you persist in not wanting to acknowledge it. The situation here has been deteriorating for years, and no one has come up with solutions to your problems. No one wants to face it, but our village is sick at heart. Here and there, some...
This door can be unlocked from the other side.
think that a curse has befallen our lands. Well, these people were right. Saint-Exile is not just a village. This place has a soul. If you've lived here long enough, you've definitely felt it shining through its walls, trees, and cobblestones. At least you could feel it. Something has changed, and it has for too long. A dark and silent poison proliferates in the veins formed by our alleys and ends up washing up at the foot of our doors, contaminating us a little more each day. Saint-Exile is not just a village.
Let's take a walk. Just you and me.
And its creation is no accident. The ancients never doubted it. Someone, or rather something, greater than us, decided to gather us here a long time ago. He made us build this village and protected our ancestors in exchange for his benevolence. Some of
Nothing.
us honor him for...
Warning. Floating pontoon follows the movement of the tide.
It's the same entity which today has decided to call you to order and punish you. Unlike you, I never doubted its existence and its great power. It chose me to guide you like a shepherd. Like a shepherd, bathed in the light of his wisdom. Join us so that this nightmare finally ends. From now on, you are aware and cannot go back. If you don't bend to his will, you'll end up paying for it. Only one possible solution is offered to you. Obey.
Town of St. Exel. Following on the storm, please get your number plates back on the board and revert your locker's codes to their initial values. P.S. In case you forgot, the initial code is your number plate number. Town of St. Please get your number. P.S. In case you forgot, the initial code is your number plate number.
All right. All right.
Solve this puzzle and win a coin to use in George's workshop. The prizes obtained do not engage the responsibility of George Workshop, the event of bodily injuries or even severe burns.
Warning, floating pontoon follows the movement of the tide.
Gas.
It just had, but they were not the ones who delivered it. This letter was intended for the municipality of St. I wanted to inform you that I cannot give you back my license plate, and I forgot the padlock code. Do you have the possibility of recovering my boat? Or at least the plate so that I can get my things back?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nice. I will be able to fire more bullets with this new magazine. only one destination for you. My bag.
Oof.
I'm gonna need you. Let's take a walk. Just you and me. I'm gonna need you. The tunnel collapsed on itself. U-turn. you can still see a cog was removed here. Another mission for Elise the Fixer. My path is just behind this gate. I need to get this thing working again. God, it's working! This boat has a number plate. No use for you now. The church is close now. Left, Boisseau's Park. Behind, the beach. Right, Assumption's Church. George seems to have a particular skill for turning anything into art. Tricycle. At least, if you don't understand what's in front of you, it probably means you were facing modern art. This house no longer serves as if the devotees deteriorated. I'm on the right track. I don't see much. Let's walk with caution. I have a feeling that we can win gifts and they arrive right in this vase. 1990. Always up to new challenges, the museum facing the power supply issues of St. Exel, George electrically autonomized his museum. So you're Nico the robot. You don't seem super friendly for something made to amuse kids. Still, he and the museum look shut down for now. We both knew you couldn't resist me. Completely locked. George, with the momentary storm, your windmill... I wanted to reactivate. In the meantime, the museum will remain in the dark. Let's try to push it now. Now the system should be unlocked. So, the wind turbines providing him with power stopped working. I wonder where they are. George's Museum. For the local museum, our exceptional summer event. Meet No-No the robot and take part in his treasure hunt. Way more welcoming. Special event. 7 puzzles scattered. Small and big prizes for the most curious. That's tempting. There's even a tape. This is where I have to put the tokens. I want a piece of paper with a joke. Do you know who burned the Sistine Chapel years ago? Michelangelo. I swear to God.
Behind all great puzzles lies an even greater.
Can't break that with my bare hands. You are on one of the highest points of the Assumption Church. This panorama has become an emblematic place for those who like to observe the flora and wildlife of the region.